What's going on everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna show you my new purchase, the EK Cryofuel Mystic Fog. This is the latest coolant from EK and it's supposed to work pretty good with an ARGB system, just like mine here. But as you probably know already, a year ago I reviewed the EK Cloud White, which we can see here, and it's still running in my system with no clogging or other issues so far. Therefore, we are going to compare these two coolants in order to see if we have noticeable changes in the looks when using ARGB lighting. You can grab the Mystic Fog premix, just like this one, for around 20 bucks on Amazon. So let's say it's a standard price as the other coolants. But the question is, will I see any difference or improvements in the lighting effects overall by using this coolant compared with the Cloud White? So let's find out together. Okay, and here we can see our Cloud White compared with the Mystic Fog. Obviously this is a concentrate, this is a premix, but we don't care about that for now. We want to see how they look compared with each other. Main difference I can read here is that the Mystic Fog is RGB reactive, is basically UV reactive, while this one is not. I've been using the Cloud White concentrate for more than a year and a half now, without any issues, so temperatures are pretty much stable. I hope I won't have any issues with this one. So really looking forward to see the differences. Let's check it out. Here is how the Cloud White looks with an ARGB pattern. This is with the white color scheme and with the purple one. You can basically say the Cloud White has a solid pastel look. We are now ready to drain our liquid loop. Let's first remove our plug. Place a bottle at the bottom of your loop and open your ball valve. Just a small part of the coolant will exit our loop, so I will need to let the air in from the top of the reservoir in order to speed up the drain process. When most of the coolant is out, shake the case at different angles for getting more coolant out. The best thing to do when you replace the coolant would also be to clean each single component of your loop, so basically the water blocks and the radiators. But you might not have time for that, or maybe you already cleaned everything recently, like in my example. So in order to make sure you get rid of the whole coolant without disassembling the whole loop, maybe you can fill it again with just distilled water, and you continue to fill it and drain it until the liquid coming out from the loop will be crystal clear. You might be doing that for a few times, just like I'm showing in the video. So once the liquid loop gets totally clear and you drained most of it, we can open our Mystic Fog bottle and start pouring the new coolant into our reservoir. Just like so. Now, in order to avoid that this premix is diluted in the remainders of distilled water and the old coolant that we might still have in the loop, we will have to waste part of our new premix, so we add it into the loop, let it run, and then drain it again. At the end of this process, we end up in having only pure Mystic Fog coolant in the loop. So you see now it's more or less filled and we can proceed in draining it again. So I filled and drained it a couple of times with the Mystic Fog coolant. My filling bottle, as you can see, is almost empty, so we can fill it again with the Mystic Fog in order to fill our loop one last time. I can now make sure the valve is completely closed and I will insert the plug again. Then we can turn on our PC, but continuing filling our loop from the reservoir. We will obviously see foam or lots of air bubbles, so we just need to wait for the coolant to settle into the loop, so that all the air bubbles will get out from it. So after filling it, I suggest to leave the reservoir open so the air can easily exit from top. You can also tap a little bit on the water blocks and radiators for getting quickly rid of the remaining air bubbles in the loop. You can also tilt the case in different directions, and I also find useful to manually increase and decrease the water pump speed. Anyway, in just 30 minutes or anyway less than an hour, my loop didn't have any air bubbles anymore, so as you can see I also closed the reservoir and the loop is ready again. And here how the Mystic Fog looks like with a rainbow color scheme. With a static purple color. And with a white one. You can also see a comparison with the cloud white using the same color schemes right here. After observing closely the new coolant, we can immediately see the difference with the cloud white. The Mystic Fog is more transparent, as you can slightly see through the tubes, while the cloud white is basically a pure pastel coolant. Anyway, we are only talking about a slight difference in my opinion. What we need to be observing now is how this new coolant will react over time. So I will be posting here any observation I will find, in case I don't know of clogging issues or loss of color or any other issue anyway. I have been using it for about 10 days now and I didn't have any issues so far. And that was everything for this video. As always, please remember to let me know if you liked the video by leaving a like, and please subscribe if you want to support the channel. Feel free to watch the other videos in the channel for more content like this one. If you like, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook too. While you can click here for my PC, gaming and hardware playlist, or you can subscribe by clicking here. Thanks anyway everyone for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.